Good evening. I'm hoping that I appear as a one of those luxurious content creators. I bought this robe like 5 years ago. Cotton On. It was on sale, $5, and it makes me feel so fancy. I've also just had a shower, so I feel extra luxurious today. Before we get to what I really wanted to talk about, can we talk about my eyebrows? I plucked them. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the what it hold on. This is not at all what I wanted to talk about, but I got really excited about this. I think it's slightly annoying because Apple just has stuff that it does automatically without being like, do you want this? Like, is this something you'd like to happen? Let me just run you through a couple things that I can do. This next one is my personal favorite. What the fuck? That's not what I wanted to talk about. I think what I actually don't like is that it does it when I'm not doing the gestures. I've had multiple videos where I'm just I move my hand about and it's like. Anyway, my friend Ellen came over the other day and I hadn't seen them in so long, and they just. Something that was raised in me during our conversation was this feeling that I have. I get this feeling talking to people, even when I'm doing videos like this. I feel so suddenly insecure about my intelligence, and I get so angry because I think for a long time I wasn't realizing, or part of my brain wasn't realizing, that I start to feel like I kind of end up blaming the other person when I'm alone and I know that there's no possibility of me being perceived. I never think about it. I don't think about my intelligence. I'm not thinking about how smart I am and what other people think of me. I'm just existing. It wasn't always like that, but I'm at a point where that's kind of like my norm. And so when I'm around others, I'm like, you did this, but it's me. I have this idea that I have to show up in the world like as this extremely intelligent and also witty and charming and funny and beautiful and mysterious and sexy and cool person. But what if I am all those things without trying? Interesting proposition. But it's not something that I accepted as a truth, which is weird because I very easily accepted. I mean, it's not weird because it can be explained. I very easily accepted this truth that I am not all of those things, and that is something that I have to try at. But what if the opposite is true? And so I think that's the new thing that I'm going to be trying to drill into my brain is like, what if all the things I'm afraid of not being are already true about me, and the only way for them to continue to be true is if I don't look at them all the time and monitor myself for them all the time. I think that's going to be interesting. Anyway, moving on. 1111, make a wish. I like it. The results are in. I like it. Yeah, I feel like it suits my personality. What was I talking about? Today, I feel a little bit more at ease with this, but it also is kind of confronting because it's been a while since I've spent this much time looking at myself. Although, I could just gasp. I just realized that if I close the application, but if I minimize the window, that's the real lingo I'm looking for, that I can just look directly into the camera and not at myself. I feel like a genius. I feel like I've just cracked something. I was about to say that it's been a while since I've made a video of myself, or a vlog, if you will, and I've had to look at myself for such a long time, but I can look in the camera. Actually, wait, I want to know how it looks when I look in the camera, because is that intense? But also sometimes I like looking at myself because I'm like, oh, it's just me and you know? Maybe I'll minimize it and then I can look down and I want to look at myself. Is that weird? I'm thinking too much about the eye contact now. Everything is uncomfortable. Life is so difficult when you're uncomfortable with everything. And I'm starting to realize that the more comfortable you can make yourself in uncomfortability, or even just neutral, the more neutral you can feel about being uncomfortable. Because I think I thought that I had to completely eliminate my fears in order to be okay, but I don't think it's that simple. I think some fears have been with me for a very, very, very long time, and to just kick them out, it's a lengthy process. It's almost like, it reminds me of watching that series on Netflix, the worst roommate ever, and finding out that, like, I don't know what the laws are here, but like squatters' rights. I don't think we have squatters' rights here, but American squatters' rights, and how if someone's just living at your property for a certain amount of time, it doesn't matter if they like have a lease or anything, you can't kick them out. That's kind of what it's like to evacuate fears from your mind. It's not as simple as you think it's going to be, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. And so now, one of the main things that I've been incorporating the past year has been learning to live with my fears and understand that they exist. Because I think the first thing that I would do is just like deny that they were real. I'd be like, I don't feel like that. The older me used to feel like that, but I don't feel like that. But now I'm like, no, this is a very real fear that I hold, and it still affects me, but it does not define me. Ooh. That has been helping me a lot, because I've found that I have a lot of attachments to feelings that I have. It's been very hard to articulate that. I'm really glad that I'm at a point where I can articulate that now, because for ages people would be like asking me to explain something, and I'd be like, I just like feel it. I feel things, and then I want to die, man, and it's too much, man. But basically what I was trying to say was that, like, I get attached to my feelings, and I can't see myself anymore. I just see myself as whatever I'm feeling. And I thought detachment was supposed to feel like how it feels when you're being avoidant. And then for a while I was just like avoidant, because I was just like, I'm just gonna numb myself, because I can't feel this shit anymore. It's too much. How did we get here? How did we end up talking in the first place? She said she liked my... Okay, I've been getting ideas about songs. I've been listening to a lot of Y2K. That's not right. The early 2010s music. Because that is like on another level. Okay, so the original thought was that... Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages right now. Sometimes it makes me feel like I'm a psychic, because it's just like... I get so many trains of thought. It's like... I'm trying to find like a good analogy for it, but I can't. It's just so, well, actually, I do have an analogy. It's like being at a train station, except there's only one platform, and all the trains come at you, and you can't hop on them. Was that a good one? That felt good in the moment, but I don't know if it was. Does that make sense? Anyway, doesn't matter. Where was I? I've missed so many trains, and now that's my problem. So I've been listening to a lot of 2010s music, because that music is just like, something was going on. And I was in 2010, I was 9, and I just had the time of my life. You know, the music I listened to growing up is so funny, because it's such a random mix of things, like Boney M, Black Eyed Peas, George Michael, Pink. Dido. Yeah. Dido. I wonder. Don't remember the rest of that. I used to hate that album, but my mum played it all the time. Also that one song by Macy Gray. I try to say goodbye and I choke.
Try to walk away and I crumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My walk crumbles when you are not near.
So the thing, the ideas I've been having, because I've been listening to these songs, I'll hear something and I'm like, I envision the way that it should be performed. The most recent one was, what was I listening to today? Gosh darn it. Let me find it. It's such a big freaking playlist. It's called 00 Teens. I wish I could remember it, because it's like I listen to it when I'm driving, because usually when I'm driving somewhere I just like get so bored, so I need like high BPM music, and a lot of that early 10 stuff is like, if that makes sense. There's so many songs in this playlist, I don't know, but then there was like one Justin Timberlake song. He's like, I wanna be a mother. Wait, this was like a much more interesting story in my head, and I regret telling it now because I'm uninterested in it. It would be more interesting if I just had done it. If I could just visually show you what I was thinking about, and what I was doing in the car, because I was doing it in the car too. I'm very proud of this one nail. See, they're all doing pretty well. They are doing pretty well, but I think this one is just... I know I should cut it because it's like... It's at a dangerous length, actually. But I got my nails done in August of 2023. My nails are still recovering. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? I just can't go to salons anymore. Nail salons are just not for me. Because every time... It's not every time. It's been two occasions. I need to calm down. 2 occasions I've gone and they've just butchered my nails. My cuticles were bleeding this time. Anyway, I'm only going to go to individual nail artists now, I think. I say that, but I don't get my nails done very regularly. I'd like to, though. It's my birthday coming up. I said it's my birthday coming up. So I'll be turning 24. I hate that. And it's not a fear of getting older. I hate it because I don't understand it. I don't understand how I got here so fast. I love the idea of being 30. I love the idea of being 70. But like being older in your 20s is just like weird. I don't really know what I'm doing. And I guess that's like part of the fun, is like figuring that out. But it's also like, what? 24? And it's so interesting because it's not at all what I thought being 24 would be like. When I was younger, I had a very linear looking idea of how my life would pan out. I think by now I'm supposed to have like a long-term boyfriend, and I'm on the precipice of getting engaged. That scares me. Makes me feel a bit sweaty. Makes me feel a bit sick, a bit ill. I think I was supposed to be a journalist. I really wanted to be a journalist when I was younger, but guess what? We're doing a theatre degree. That's what I meant. And every day I am more and more confused. Although I have been feeling intuitively that I'm just like where I'm meant to be. So there is a certain peace that I've acquired along the way, which I'm grateful for. It's just very weird. Every time my birthday comes around, otherwise I don't think about it very much. I'm not like, oh, where am I right now in my life? Right before my birthday, I'm like, right, okay, It's kind of scary, isn't it, guys? It's a little bit terrifying. So that's where I'm at. Today I watched a video of this woman saying, here's all the things that I wish I knew before I was 19. And the first thing she said was, if I think that something's wrong with my feet, it's probably foot fungus. And you gotta treat that. And I was like, what the F? And then like looking at all the videos when I clicked the blue text, so many people talking about foot fungus. I didn't know that foot fungus was like such a common thing, and I also didn't really look really deeply into it. I was just kind of like so gagged because I had no idea. And also, like, I'm looking at my feet right now, that's why this came up, and I've never had foot fungus before, and I'm just like, how does that happen? I wish I found out, because that would be really interesting. And then I spent a really long time looking at my feet because I was trying to inspect whether I had foot fungus, and I don't, in case you wanted to know. Today I learned something about teeth, maybe? No. Oh. Anyway, back to my birthday. I'm going to the forest with my friends, and I'm so excited about it. I've been thinking about friendship a lot lately too. This year and last year, the past year, it's been the first time in a very long time I haven't had a friendship group, which is weird. It's weird as a concept, but in reality it's been great. I thought I'd be very uncomfortable or feel unsafe, and I think in the beginning I felt that way because I was like, I don't have a safety net. I don't have a group of people that all get along and love each other as well, and we can all hang out and do things together. But I don't need all my friends to be friends. I'd like them to all be friends, but I don't need them all to be best friends. And a lot of my friends I don't live very close to, so the past year has felt isolating at times. But when we see each other, it's like, it's magic. I love my friends. Yeah, it's good. I think that's all I had to say about that. Anyway, back to my birthday again. 24. I also, I think I get petrified when I think about this. I'm very, very aware that turning 24 just means that's my age, right? That's how I identify as my age. But I'm entering my 25th year. So when I turn 24, I'm actually ending my 24th year, right? Because when you turn 1, you've already lived a whole year of your life. So I'm getting really close to my frontal lobe developing. That's how it feels. I'm starting to think about what is the kind of person that I want to be for the rest of my life. I know that the saying, like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, isn't always true. I mean, I don't know about it literally. Like, can you literally teach a literal old dog a new trick? Don't know. I'm not a dog scientist. But I've seen older people, humans, learn new things and adapt really well, so that doesn't concern me. I would like to actually know what it means to have your frontal lobe developed. I learnt that fact when I was 15, and I just haven't let go of it, but I also didn't do any further research. It was just like some piece of text on the internet. I just interpreted it as, when you turn 25, that's who you are forever. You're stuck this way. And it has haunted me since then, just lurking over my shoulder. And it's about to just grab me. But I'm also not completely petrified by it, because I quite like who I am. I have fun with myself. I think I'm pretty caring and smart, and I feel as if I'm getting better at being okay with not being perfect. And I find that to be an achievement, because I've received much messaging through my lived experience that the opposite is true, that it is not okay for me to be fallible. Fallible? Let me make sure I use that in the right context, because I like that. I liked that. And I really hope that, because usually I just let that shit slide. I love to use words that I don't know the meaning of. and then have someone explain it to me. Oh, I used it in the right. Yes. I love when I secretly know things. Yes, I'm becoming more okay with the fact that I am in fact fallible. It just feels so good. That's right. I wasn't even mad about it. I don't remember doing it though. Did I do it? Did I do this? My favourite thing is when I have thoughts that are not further elaborated upon. The other day I had this thought while I was driving and I had just sneezed. And my thought was, I love sneezing in the morning. Then it was just radio silence. And then I started laughing, because what the fuck? Okay. Made me happy. And it felt true, you know? Like I agreed with it. It wasn't wrong. I do love sneezing in the morning. Why? Just do. I wish I could let things be in that way, you know what I mean? I wish I could just like accept things like that so easily, with so much ease and grace, if you will. And I will. I love it when I make myself laugh. I've been talking for about 35 minutes, and I feel pretty good about that. I'm in my fancy robe. It's 11:41, 15th of Jan. Did I miss someone's birthday? Happy birthday, Zayn Malik. I miss him. I don't know him personally, but I miss him. The thing that I loved a lot about developing so many parasocial relationships when I was younger was being able to like use some celebrity as a blueprint for like who I wanted them to be, and create that in my mind and just not think about it any further than that. And like, it doesn't work now. It doesn't work for me now because I'm so aware of the fact that celebrities are just like regular people, and I don't want to put them on a pedestal the way that I used to when I was younger, because I just think that in general is very scary. I think idolizing things and people is a bit scary. So I try to consciously not do that. I don't want to make anyone seem infallible, if you will. God damn, I'm so funny. That shit made me laugh. Yeah, I think that's terrifying, because I also don't want to aspire to be someone who's perfect. I used to. I don't like the pressure of trying to make yourself perfect, but I cannot stand the idea of having no pressure on me at all, because pressure makes what? Diamonds. Thumbnail. I love that face. I've been thinking a lot about Michaela Cole lately. I love her work. My soul is attached to chewing gum, and my world was rocked when I watched I May Destroy You, because it did. It followed up on its promise, and that's what I like about it. No, that was a beautiful show, and it was deeply sad and deeply terrifying and real. It's getting a little dark for 11:45 p.m. I think I want to start talking about this right now. Let's go back to chewing gum. I really like chewing gum because that was the first... What? Is it because I said the word like? I hate that. Don't do that. Go away. I love... Why isn't it showing up now? I love. Yeah, thank you. I loved seeing a black girl portrayed in that way. Goofy, silly, quirky, open, having fun, trying to push past boundaries, trying to try new things, trying to be who she wants to be, trying to figure out who she wants to be. Imperfect. Love her. And it was so funny. It was so funny. Comedy is so impressive to me. I think being able to write comedy is very impressive to me. I think for me, I find it I find it difficult to conceptualize how to put something that I view as this being comedy, as so fluid and like quick and like in the moment into a structured thing. But I guess that's where improv comes in. I don't know how much of the show was improvised. I'd love to know about that, actually. Yes, I might look into that. The timing, I love when comedy is timed in a way that is just so fast-paced and just so like that literally felt like it literally just came out of your brain, like you literally didn't memorize that. It's awesome. That's my favorite thing. It's very hard for me to make definitive statements because I get worried about like, is this gonna haunt me for the rest of my life? But right now, in this current moment, my favorite scene is in season 2, and I love her. I can't remember her name. I can't remember her character's name. Hold on. Chewing gum. Just showed up with actual chewing gum. Read the room. Tracy. Yes. So when Tracy says to Connor, Tracy says something to Connor, and Connor's like, why do you lie so much? And she just instantly goes, I don't know. It's just been playing in my head over and over again. I can't explain it. I just love it. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I love it.
Happy birthday to you, shining star, may your dreams come true.
There are some thoughts that I have that I wanna let out. And you know what? I think I will. Recently, my screen just went dark, and it felt like a sign that I shouldn't say this. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna put my hand over my mouth in case I decide that I like actually cannot listen to this, and I don't want anyone to be able to read my lips. The way that I can look at a memory and paint over it. I wish I could get paid for it, honestly, because it's so good at looking so sparkly and shiny when really maybe it had a little bit of sparkle and shine, but it wasn't all sparkle and shine. But my mind has convinced me that I have. But I've been looking. Once today and once a couple months ago, and let's hope it goes away. Here's to hoping. I'm fully gonna go to bed now. This was nice. And I say that so sincerely. I've had a great time. I hope you feel the same. Oh, that was cool. I wish I could leave it there, but I just can't. Bye. Good night. Sleep tight. I hope nothing bites you tonight. When I smile, I look like a baby. I smile like my baby self. Well, I'm not going to be mad about it. Not going to be mad about it. There's something useful about it, you know? Something pure and innocent about it. Something untainted. I didn't say that. That was weird. Alright, I'm actually going to go to bed now.